Hello and welcome to the award-winning Waterman Wellness, your pathway to whole person health, body, mind, and spirit. I'm your host, Kristen Ludicky. We have plenty of health and wellness information featuring local experts, including an important reminder to pay attention to your body. Coming up, a local businessman explains the fluke that led to a dangerous cancer diagnosis. You'll hear from a Umatilla man who is alive today because of the coordinated care he received. And find out about a new, colorful, and safe place for kids needing emergency medical care. We begin by sharing news you'll want to know. A Lake County hospital is receiving national accolades for patient care. About 4 million babies each year are born in the U.S. Experts are concerned about the high number delivered unnecessarily via C-section. The AdventHealth Waterman Labor and Delivery Team recently celebrated being one of 19 hospitals in Florida that reached a federal goal of reducing C-sections for first-time mothers with low-risk pregnancies. Experts say fewer unnecessary C-sections is an important first step in reducing rates of infant prematurity and maternal mortality. And AdventHealth Waterman is also celebrating getting straight A's in safety. The hospital just received its 14th consecutive grade from the Leapfrog Group. The independent national watchdog organization assesses hospitals' efforts to prevent medical errors, injuries, accidents, infections, and other harms to patients. Visit AdventHealthWaterman.com to learn more about the hospital's focus on patient safety. Lake County residents have access to new healthcare services starting this month. First, the emergency department at AdventHealth Waterman offers a special space for young patients.
We're able to highly specialize with our nurses and our providers and create a safe space that's kid-friendly and scare-free.
It brings that home environment or preschool environment as to, they could color. They have little tables. It's just for them. It's made for them. It's scary because of the noises and, you get certain kids that have special needs and those noise are triggers, and having this new space for the kids, it'll bring a calming environment to them to feel safe, to feel comfortable coming to see us.
You want to know that kind of within those four walls that there's extra special layers of security so that they stay safe. Having child-centered activities, everything at their height, makes them feel comfortable. I would say for parents in particular, you don't have to drive so far to get great care. Right here is some place that you can come and bring your child and have safe and quality care, and that's a bonus. I know before it's been intermixed and with adults it sometimes feels different. This actually allows you to focus in on what you're looking for, and that is care for the ones you love most.
The new AdventHealth Medical Office building in Mount Dora fills a void in the community by offering more access to primary care.
By offering care to the entire family, we're not just targeting one segment of the population. We have the chance to offer whole care to the entire family, getting to know each of the members, interacting with more than just one person, and understanding how that affects the health not only of the individual, but of the family. And that is something unique for primary care and for family practice.
Dr. Wagner says patients will also have greater access to their medical information.
Patients' health care information is available through the AdventHealth app that's available on computer or through their smartphone. It allows them to get the test results that they have. It gives them a chance to communicate with the staff and the physicians. It gives them an opportunity to make their own appointments.
You'll find more information about AdventHealth Waterman's pediatric emergency care and the new AdventHealth Mount Dora Medical Center by visiting this website. When experiencing symptoms of a heart attack, there's no question, call 911. Next, a Umatilla man explains why it's the best call.
Drive for the NASCAR racing experience. I have for the last 16 years, over Daytona mostly, and it's an absolute blast. People come over, just anybody, pay the money, hop in the right seat, and I give him a ride about 100, 165 miles an hour.
Recently, Rusty Robinson realized he was in a different race for time.
About 4:30 in the morning, I woke with pain right between my shoulder blades. Knowing that I had some stents that were 11 years old, I thought it could potentially be my heart. So I took an aspirin, dialed 911, and came directly here. I've been a paramedic for 30 years is one thing, and I know that time is muscle when it comes to the heart, so you don't mess around. Actually, when the paramedic had run the first 12-lead EKG, I recognized that I was having a heart attack, a rather significant one. She had contacted Waterman and issued a STEMI alert, which is what the type of heart attack I was having. Everybody was ready when I got here, and they were. I was greeted by a crowd. I had an LAD, which is a left ascending widowmaker, that was 100% blocked. So he ballooned it right away, and instantly I could feel relief from the pain as the blood flow was restored to the heart. They had waited about 4 days for me to, one, get back to normal, because obviously having a cardiac event like I had, they want to make sure that I was as stable as possible for surgery. Dr. Allen had me lined up for, it was 4 or 5 days later to actually do the coronary artery bypass grafts.
AdventHealth Waterman cardiothoracic surgeon Gary Allen credits the hospitals and the community's shared commitment to patient care, which all begins with a 911 call.
I think it would just be important, to stress the idea that as we become more advanced in community care, and you could argue this for not just cardiac care, for a lot of other things, what was even 5 or 10 years ago thought to be therapies that had to be limited to major medical centers or teaching institutions could actually get done at a very high quality with very good results at community systems, as long as those systems are committed and resourced, to take care of these type of patients.
Ambulances aren't just transport to the hospital. You get treated. They're advanced life support. Driving yourself only puts more stress on you, and like in my case, they were able to call ahead, alert the cath lab team, and be ready to put a balloon in you to open up that artery that's closed, to restore that blood flow. Because once heart muscle's dead, it's dead.
For more information about the advanced cardiac care in Lake County, visit AdventHealthHeartWaterman.com. It's time to take a short break, but we'll have plenty more when Waterman Wellness continues. A Lake County businessman has a powerful message after a skin cancer scare. The saying, 2 are better than 1, also applies when you have a partner for joint replacement recovery. You don't want to miss this story. And how does being active help your focus? Find out why this Leesburg woman relies on her lunch break workout. Check out Waterman Wellness magazine for even more health and wellness information. You can arrange for home delivery of the magazine by visiting watermanwellness.com. Plus, you'll find a listing of the specialists featured in this episode. Here are some community events you and your loved ones might want to check out. Don't go away. Waterman Wellness will return shortly. Welcome back to the award-winning Waterman Wellness, your pathway to whole person health, body, mind, and spirit. I'm Kristen Ludicky. How well do you know your body? In our next story, a Lake County businessman explains how a slight change to his daily routine may have saved his life.
It was on a weekend, and my loofah sponge broke, and when I was washing with my hands, I felt a bump on my inner thigh. And for some reason, I didn't think it was right.
Simmons, who is co-owner of a Leesburg printing company, sought answers from AdventHealth Waterman.
It wasn't a cyst, it was a Merkel cell carcinoma, which is a real bad skin cancer. So when I got it removed, I went into surgery at Waterman, which by the way was great. They told me if it was them, even though they got everything on the biopsy, that they would do the radiations.
Radiation oncology, every step we can do to make the treatments more accurate will reduce the radiation to the surrounding tissues and ultimately reduce side effects to the patient. We work along with our other physicians, other surgical specialists, medical oncologists, to come up with the best treatment plan for that patient. When the radiation plan is designed, we then actually tailor that radiation dosage and target to their particular anatomy.
The big thing with me, it's in a spot where the sun never shines. I'm out all the time. And if you don't wear the proper clothes, you can put as much lotion on as you want, but if you don't wear the proper clothes, the ultraviolet rays can go right through, and did not know that. If my sponge wouldn't have broke, I never would have noticed it. And I talked to a bunch of my friends about going to get checked, and several of them have had treatments and that I don't think ever would have went in if this wouldn't happen to me.
Learn about resources for cancer patients in Lake County by visiting AdventHealthCancerWaterman.com. Choosing to have a total knee replacement is a big decision, but a Lake County woman's confidence in her surgeon was enough to convince her and her sister to have it done.
I am Debbie Plaxton, and this is my sister, Randy Jenny, and I live down in South Florida.
We had arthritis really bad. We had bone on bone. The only difference was it was her left knee and it was my right knee. Both of our knees needed surgery.
With our family, it's genetic. My mother had her knee done long time ago. And we were both very athletic when we were younger. We both played tennis, we both played volleyball, softball. Over time, it just really got bad.
Pain is a pretty debilitating condition. If patients can't move or do the things they need to do, it certainly affects their quality of life. So orthopedically, when we're able to fix a patient's joint, they're able to return to their activities, which obviously makes their quality of life a lot better.
Of course, when I was having knee issues, I would ask people, do you know of a good physician in the area? And 90% of the time, I heard Dr. Guru's name. That was 3 years ago for my first knee replacement. If you could say it was one of the best experiences of my life. And at that point, 2 years later, I needed my other knee done. So the two of us decided we needed our knee done together, and because we do everything together, sisters.
I definitely did my research, looked around at all different hospitals, and this one just was stellar, and this was why I came all the way up from South Florida.
The recovery standpoint was, compared to my first knee, it was a lot more fun. My daughter stayed with us she stayed with me for 6 weeks to be my physical therapist, and for her aunt, I think Deborah was with us for 3 weeks.
I was so surprised how this affected this. I got very depressed because it was very hard to just go out and constantly be in pain. And now I'm out and about and it feels amazing. I get on the tennis court in the morning, I look up in the sky and I'm just so thankful.
Yep, he's amazing.
Learn more about the Joint Commission Certified Orthopedic Care Center at AdventHealth Waterman by visiting this website. We all know exercise is good for our body, but its benefits extend to our outlook as well. Next, AdventHealth Waterman Mission Development Director Candace Huber shares how some use activity to help them feel whole.
Today, we're focused on creation health and the 8 principles which produce longevity and feeling whole. These principles are choice, rest, environment, activity, trust in God, interpersonal relationships, outlook, and nutrition. And you're going to meet Jenna Krager, who is committed to activity which provides her with energy and vitality.
I realized a long time ago that activity was really important to not only my physical well-being, but my mental well-being. And I'm a busy person, just like we all are, and it's easy to make excuses, not having enough time. The only time I can really find time to pack in enough activity is during my lunch hour at work. So I come down to the gym. We're very, very lucky that we have a nice gym here at work. I usually get on the stair stepper and get my heart rate up for about 20 minutes, and then I'll do some of the weightlifting exercises. Right now it's a lot of the prenatal exercises that I've been following. Just make sure that I get that solid 30 minutes of activity in almost every single day. I really look forward to that 30 minutes of activity. I'm working hard all morning, I'm going to meetings, I'm talking to people, and I know that at noon I get to come down here, clear my mind. When I'm done, I'm usually a little bit of a sweaty mess, but it's worth it. I get to go back up to my office, I eat lunch, and I'm really reinvigorated, re-energized, and it really improves the second half of my day. I think activity is definitely one element of making me feel whole. I think every letter resonates with me, but activity has definitely been something that is just so important to me, to make me feel like me, to clear my mind, to make me be the best version of myself. My name is Jenna Kreger, and activity makes me feel whole.
You can learn more about the steps you can take to feel whole by visiting AdventHealthWaterman.com. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Waterman Wellness, your pathway to whole person health, body, mind, and spirit. To learn more about the experts featured in this program, please visit watermanwellness.com. Until next time, I'm Kristen Ludicky for the award-winning Waterman Wellness.